Hey, it's Jorge from Team JVS, giving you another exclusive here that we saw at the Toronto Film Festival called The End of Sex. The synopsis of this movie is a couple feeling the pressures of parenting and adulthood send their kids to a winter camp for the first time and embark on a series of sexual adventures to reinvigorate their relationship. Um, Overall, this movie is basically like a rom-com, but it was done so well and so different than most of the other rom-coms. Um, this kind of follows the story of this one couple, Emma and Josh, and they have two little girls, Dawn and Grace, I believe. But they send these girls away, and they kind of see that their, kind of like their sex life just isn't there anymore. So I don't want to say it's almost like giving each other like a hall pass, but throughout certain events that happen, they kind of go out and explore. And it's very unique how through this exploration how they end up, where they end up at the end of the movie. For example, Emma ends up running into one of her old like high school mates, who kind of confesses that he's always had a crush on her, and she starts having kind of these fantasies about him. Um, Emma's best friend Wendy, one night during this week, she she basically completely like, kind of breaches that BFF, kind of relationship and kind of goes all out, which was very intriguing, very hilarious. Because it was definitely something that Emma, just wasn't wanting from Wendy and all that. And then on the other side, you kind of have Josh who is trying to find his place and trying to find his, kind of like his chi. And after failed attempt, it ends up being kind of like one of his coworkers who is always all up in his business on everything. They kind of they try to hook up, and from there kind of a lot of a lot of funny, intriguing moments happen because they end up always like coming back to, like to the house and all that. And it's intriguing how it happens. One thing that I thought was hilarious in this movie was, the first day or so it was a very rough and tough struggle, but they have like seven gnomes in front of their house. And as the week progresses, these gnomes keep, for better lack of terms, getting tipped over. Stuff happens to them, and it almost encompasses how the day is going for the couple themselves, which I just found to be so like such a unique way of foreshadowing or even ending a day, how it all played out. But overall, this was just a very cute rom com. I would say that the way it ended was super, like was very was very cool in the sense of, it kind of goes full circle, and you kind of understand, why they ended up the way that they did. And why the story took the turns that it did, and why they end up doing what they do. I will say both the daughters, they're not in it the whole time, but whenever they're in it, they're extremely, just adorable and lovable and all that. And all the characters, the way that they kind of all intertwine within each other's and all the stories are just great. Like they're definitely something, to watch and laugh. This is like almost the perfect date night movie. Just being like every other type of rom-com, but this just adds a couple different elements that you just weren't expecting, which, for me always is a joy. Overall, if I had to rank this movie, this is a solid 8 out of 10. This one definitely well worth it. Um, has a great, dialogue throughout it. The actors do a great job. Um, for me, it's always like those awkward moments that those come out so well in some of these movies, and they do such a phenomenal job here. But yeah, overall, 8 out of 10. Definitely would recommend checking this out. Yeah, let me know what you think when you guys see this. I believe this movie comes out this year, if I recall correctly. Let me. Yeah, I think it's supposed to come out this year. I'm not sure when it's coming out, if it's at the end of the year or near the beginning, but definitely one to watch and check out when it does. But would love to hear what you guys think about this movie. Are there other type of rom-coms that you guys would suggest? Drop those in the comments as well down below. Would like to hear about them. Who knows? Maybe we'll start reviewing a lot more of these. But anyways, this is Jorge from Team JVS, and we'll see you next time. Peace.